Hey, what's going on, guys? Pineapple Slayer. Today I'm going to be showing you guys objectively the best build in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. If you're just recently starting to play this game, you're trying to figure out what's a really good build to help carry me through the end game, this build will be perfect for you. I'm not going to have any gameplay today, but I'm just be showing some examples of like this build specifically and how it can be really good, especially in certain seasons like Duality and so on and so forth. Starting with, we have the Tier 2 Master 5 Two-Face SMG, the infamous. You can get this from Duality, which is episode 2 in season 1, or you can get it from episode 6. The reason why this is so good is because the one piece bonus after an enemy you burn has been burning for 5 seconds, they take 10% of their max health as damage. This cannot happen again until the enemy stops burning. Then we have the Dr. Poison Maru 2 injector, and this gun objectively is terrible. But when you combine it with a piece of Scarecrow, which you can get Scarecrow from episode 1 or episode 6, preferably tier 1, which we'll talk about later, you get this synergy right here. Enemies you afflict now take 100% more damage and also become poisoned while afflicted. This synergy is glitched, and basically what this 10% tick turns into 20%, and we'll get into something else here soon. And then we have the Two-Face Persuader Melee. Just for all of these synergies right here, nothing really great specifically, but this synergy right here with Bane and Two-Face, harvesting enemies now has a 100% chance of dropping grenade ammo and also increases grenade damage by 100% for 20 seconds. Next we have the Firefly Grenade. This grenade burns any enemy hit by it and increases its explosion radius of your next grenade by 50% for each enemy you burn up to a maximum of 200%. So basically, you're just going to be spamming Firefly grenades with this build, and they're always going to be burning. And we have the Pyromania synergy. When a burning enemy dies within 20 meters of you, you instantly regain 10% shield and 5% health. Each time this happens, there's a 20% chance that you gain Pyromania. This effect lasts for 30 seconds and increases your damage against burning enemies by 200% as long as your shield is full. So let me go into the items. You can get Dr. Poison's Maru 2 injector from episode 1. You can get this weapon, the Two-Face Persuader Melee, from episode 0. And you can get the Firefly Grenade from episode, I want to say it is episode 2. Yeah, episode 2. So then we have the Scarecrow Shield. We just have a Master Avoidance. And the reason why we have this is critical hits apply poison to the enemy's hit. So every time we crit, they get poisoned. Next we have one piece of the Ivy gear set, which I'll explain here in a second why it's the best set in the game. And then we have a one piece of Bane tier 1. So each melee hit on an enemy has a 50% chance to craze it and a 50% chance to drop grenade ammo. So when we need more grenades, we're just going to walk up to an enemy and melee it, and then it's going to become crazed or it's going to drop grenade ammo. And then lastly, we have the second piece of the Ivy gear set, which the reason why we have this is the 2-piece bonus is afflicting enemies for the first time in any way hurts them for 25% of their maximum health. This can only happen once per enemy, but when you combine the Dr. Poison and the Scarecrow synergy to get that additional 100% damage to afflicted enemies, when we afflict them with the Poison Ivy gear set, it becomes a 50% damage boost. Now in this, you can get the Ivy gear set from the main story, and you can get the tier 1 Bane piece neck bomb from season 0 Finite. So here's my talent tree for Harley. It's a little all over the place, but this is what I use. And then here's my squad skills, although you're not going to have nearly as many squad skills as me. Honestly, with this build, you don't really need anything crazy because it's just good in its own right. And let's kind of show off some examples. And I think you guys can take my word for it. So, because you know I play this game consistently and I upload this game a lot. So starting with Finite, this build is not great in Finite. Nothing's really good in Finite, but it can still work in Finite. For Fear, I got to about Mastery 300, so that's pretty good. Not great since 1000 is the max, but this build gets you probably much higher in Fear. In Duality, this is my most played season. This build that I showed off got me to Mastery level 1000. Then I'm losing my train of thought. Frozen Hearts, I got the Mastery 405. This season, Mastery 276, and this is all just using the Ivy build. And then I started using different builds, but I did use the Ivy build in this season. I got to mastery level 1000. So you guys can see, and it still works in these seasons, but I haven't really played much of these seasons since obviously the game ended. But obviously this is one of the best builds in the game, and it works for any character. It doesn't work for Harley. It just doesn't only work for Harley. You can use it for any character. Like right here, I have a loadout for Deadshot of what to run. If the best character to use it with is Joker, in all honesty, just because of Joker's talent tree and what he has to bring to the table. But yeah, this is objectively probably the best build in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Not because of, it's overpowered or like because of its high damage numbers. It's just when you combine all of these different set bonuses, it's a pretty deadly combo, and it can basically insta-kill things pretty quickly. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. This is my exact setup, and this build can work in any season. I can promise that. Finite, it will struggle, but it definitely works in Finite. But if you guys are trying to grind through the episodes and just use a build that's easy and that's going to be dominant and consistent, this will work. However, I will say this build is not good against Brainiac. It is only good for incursions. Brainiac is a lot more specific. This is more just for playing the game and trying to grind through the game and grind through the episodes. But if you're trying to grind high mastery Brainiac to get corrupted gear, this is a build that I would not recommend. But anyway, so this is Pineapple Sway. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace out.